What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? It's your main man. I am DJ Double Dose, man, coming at you again, man. We are back. We are back. We are back with another episode of Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. We in the building, man. Hey, man. If you haven't already, we're going to start it off with this, and we got a lot to get into today, man. Hey, if you haven't already, make sure that you download the Post Network on the Roku app. The Post Network on the Roku app. Like I said before, man, we got a lot of good content. We even got more new people coming on board. Listen, it's where you want to be. And make sure you download the app. Make sure you watch it, tune in, man. My show, bunch of different shows. We got a lot of different varieties for you, man. Make sure you stay tuned in. But let me tell you something, man. Y'all be cutting up, bruh. I go away for a week, celebrated my son's birthday, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my son, Roman, man. Romanius Oliver, you know what I'm saying? That is his name, Romanius Oliver, man. Shout out to Roman, man. We went up to Chicago to celebrate his 10th birthday. We did a lot of things in Chi-Town, man. We ate good, went to a Sox game, did what we did, man. Father and son time. It was nice. It was a very nice little getaway, man. So sorry I left y'all hanging last week, but it's all good. I'm back now, man. But while I was gone, man, y'all was cutting up, man. We're going to address this, as you see in the title, Joker, Ant-Man, and schedules. Schedules we're going to get to because, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But let's stick with the first part, Joker and Ant-Man. Oh, man. When are y'all going to learn to stop? Just stop. Can people just be who they are and let them become the superstars and the great person that they can or cannot be without y'all trying to label them the next Michael Jordan? Can we please stop? Oh, man. Minnesota went up 2-0, and here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, man, here we go. Oh, Ant-Man, he's the next Michael Jordan. Oh, man, he's the next Michael Jordan. He's this. Oh, man, y'all got to stop this mess, man. At some point, listen, we all want to compare. We all want to try to compare to the greats. And that's fine. Ant-Man is going to be, he has the potential to be one of people that we talk about in that light. But right now, at this moment, because he won 2 games against the defending champs, you gotta pump the brakes. Because as you see what has happened since I was off the air and where we are now look, they've lost 3 straight. Now, before somebody jump, oh man, it ain't been his fault. You are 100% correct. It has not been his fault. It hasn't been his fault. But at the same time, we have to get to a place where if we're going to start comparing people, let them accomplish some things first. Every time y'all go trying to compare somebody to Michael Jordan, how many of those people have actually lived up to those expectations? I'll wait. It's a very short list. Real short. I mean, real short list of people y'all try to compare to, and they ain't just fans. It ain't just fans. It ain't just people in my age bracket. It's media folks just like, that's above my pay grade. It's media folks that do it too. And it's just like, come on, man. Even Ant-Man had to come out and tell y'all like, hey, man, chill with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on what I'm doing and I'm going to continue to what I do. And that's great. We got to stop with the always trying to compare somebody. And I know, and I get it, man. It is the end of an era. A lot of us, we have watched some amazing basketball over the last decade and some change. We have watched Curry dominate. We have watched LeBron do his thing. We've watched KD. We have, even if you want to throw in Chris Paul, it's a lot of superstars. Even if you want to throw in Mr. I play and I don't want to play, Kawhi. We have seen a lot of superstars over this last decade and a half. We in 2024 right now. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of battles. If you really want to go all the way back to 14 to where we are now, we've seen a lot of battles in the NBA when it came to the playoffs. So I get it. We clutching right now because some people ain't really been watching the league right now with a lot of the young guys. So you see one and everybody want to grab a hold. So I mean, I like watching anime. I mean, honestly, with me, I'm still a little old school with it. I like what Boston is doing. I like to see what Tatum and Brown is. They stuck it out and they're sticking together, and we're seeing what it do. I like seeing what Kyrie is building and what he's doing. Because Kyrie has caught a lot of flack about not being able to do nothing without LeBron. I mean, so now I'm liking what I'm seeing from Kyrie. I'm liking the feel good story from New York. You get what I'm saying? We got a lot of things going on in the NBA playoffs right now that what we don't need is you trying to compare somebody to Michael Jordan. It's not needed. That headline is not needed right now. It's not needed for anybody that's in there right now. We don't need that. We don't need it. Because now what y'all gonna do? Now everybody, now all of y'all that sat around there and said y'all got egg on your face right now. Y'all got egg on your face right now. Is Anthony, is he still a great player? Yes, he is. Are they losing because of him? No, they are not. However, let's just pump the brakes on the next Michael Jordan talk. Let's just pump the brakes on that. Because at the end of the day, when the time comes and there comes a guy, we're going to know it. We're going to see it. We're going to live it and we're going to experience it. But let it happen organically. Let it happen organically. We ain't got to rush it. We don't have to rush the next Michael Jordan. It's okay. MJ, what he did was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. We've seen some dominant runs in between the last Bulls three-peat. You know who? We don't have to say it. You know who was the last three-peat? We already know who that belongs to. So let's just pump the brakes on the next Michael Jordan, and let's just enjoy the guys that we have right now. Let's enjoy the moment and what we're seeing, and let's watch the changing of the guard, and let's get to know a lot of the newer guys. Let's get to know them, and let's see what rivalries come out of this. You couldn't have told anybody when the Heat was battling the Spurs. I'm going that far back. When LeBron and them was battling the Spurs, that last series with LeBron, Wade was pretty much, it was a wrap, and everything was going on. You couldn't have told any of us that the next rivalry that we were about to witness was going to see LeBron and Steph and how that played itself out over the next few years. We didn't know. So we don't know what's going to come out of all of this. We don't know what's going to be the next rivalry that we're going to see. I think I saw somewhere where a guy was saying about how people forget about Tim Duncan, about how he ate in the Kobe era. Laker fans, we ain't forgot. We ain't forgot at all. Because we know that there was a few more championships we could have had or should have had we not had to deal with San Antonio. So I don't think anybody in LA, we know how good Tim Duncan was. But I'm throwing it out there because the point is, you don't know what rivalries that we're going to see that's going to grow from all of this. So let's just pump the brakes on the next Michael Jordan talk, and let's just enjoy these guys for what they're doing. And if we see said person take that next step and go into that light, then at that point, let's go ahead and celebrate them, and let's go ahead and talk that talk if that's what we want to do. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about the MVP. Should Joker have gotten it this year? Should he have not? Should they have given it to Shy? I'm right in the middle. I mean, I kind of felt where Shaq was coming from when you put up the numbers that he put up, and when you are the number one seed, and one could say probably the harder of the two conferences. I mean, there's a lot to be said about not getting the MVP. There's a lot to be said about that. But I do a big but. And it is a regular season award, so I get it before I say what I'm about to say. I know it's a regular season award. Please do not jump in the comments and be like, well, man, It's a regular season award. What's going on in the playoffs? I get it. But you seen what Joker been doing to this so-called defensive player of the year? Did you see what he did the other night? I think he was 40 and 20. No turnovers. Against the defensive player of the year. He owned him. Literally. He owned Rudy. He owned him. So I understand the clamor and the chatter for Shai to have won it, but I can't just sit up here and just say that Joker didn't deserve it either. I mean, we really can't sit here and say that. So my thing in all of this is it's just that simple, man. You know, the MVP award is subjective. I mean, we've seen years where, you know, Jordan probably should have won it when he didn't. We definitely have seen years where Kobe and Tim Duncan should have won it. And they gave it to Steve Nash. And I'm sure if we go digging, it's plenty more. Those are just a few that come to mind. I'm sure there's plenty of other years where you can look at it and you can say, I mean, did he really deserve the MVP or could it have really gone to someone else? You know what I'm saying? So it is a regular season award. However, Joker is doing his thing in the playoffs. And right now he has Denver poised to go again for the Western Conference title. 1 win away from playing in the Western Conference Finals. So we're gonna rock with that. Now let's get into a little bit. The NFL released their schedules. We won't go too deep into that because again, we got a whole summer to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole summer to talk about that. But before we get into that, let's dive into college right quick. Dabo Swinney. Hey Dabo, what's up? This I am DJ Double Dose from Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. I understand. Change is hard. Now, as a Florida State fan, I don't give a damn if you continue to be Stone Age and be stupid. It's fine by me. But to double down on your stance on Clemson not taking any portal guys when you had positions of need. Do you have some young? That defense is going to be especially your D line is going to be ridiculous this year. I give you that. Like I said, arguably is going to be the best defensive line in the conference. Yet to be seen, but there's because you had a lot of young guys on the D line that played last year, and they're gonna play even more this year. But Dabo, the portal is a tool. Nobody says you got to go Dion. Like right now, it's like this. The portal is like this. Take my glass off for a second. The portal is like this. It's you at 0, and it's Dion at 1,000. I mean, figuratively speaking, at 1,000. Everybody else is somewhere in the middle of that. Just because you stand on this side and you want to double down on this, oh man, we took however many transfers straight out of high school. What are you saying? You think that makes you look good, like some type of crusader or some type of maverick? No, it doesn't. It continues to make you look outdated and stupid. That's what it does. And I know Clemson fans, y'all can get mad at me all you want, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You got Riley there. We saw last year. You think that man doesn't think? I guarantee you this. He is sitting there knowing that he took that job. And I'm not going to say he regrets it, but I guarantee you he wants more control. And Dabo got him with his hand behind his back. You have a great young offensive coordinator who didn't recruit what, 90% of the team, because he's only been there a year. And you basically telling this man he can't go into the portal, get anybody to help run what he's trying to run. And you think that that's a good idea. You think that's a good idea. I don't see how Clemson, I don't see how you guys think that that's a good idea. When everybody around you is doing something that is improving their team, they are recruiting just like you, and they're doing something else to improve their team that they're allowed to do. I don't see how you are sitting there not doing said thing. And with the new, it would be different if you didn't have Riley. I could halfway understand you doubling down on your stance on not going in the portal and taking anybody. I can even give you that if you didn't have Riley there. If you had an offensive coordinator that's been like how when you had Venables for all those years, and you know that this guy recruited damn near everybody that's there, I could understand that. This guy only been there a year, and you're crippling him, and then you wonder why and then now going into this year, we don't know how good Cade Klubnik is. They was butting heads last year. And now you remove you remove Shipley. I mean, Moffa's a better running back, but Shipley did it all. You remove him, and you don't give him any pieces other than recruits. Listen, don't make me no difference. I'm just trying to speak on this objectively. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to a lot of people. But you know what? Most people in the ACC are saying, hey, it's whatever. Do your thing. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares. We are your opponents. And if you want to stand by this road that you own and go down that road, by all means, go right ahead, Dabo. You go right ahead and continue to blaze I don't want to use the Porter Trail. You continue to be on that side of the road, on that side of the fence, on that side of the desert, on whatever. You just continue to do your thing, because I guarantee you the rest of your opponents in the ACC are clapping their hands at your stupidity. Yep, I said it, at your stupidity. So for those of you that didn't know what I'm talking about, Dabo Swinney, for yet another year with the transfer portal, has elected to not take anybody. He says his team is good with everybody that they have recruited, and he doesn't need, in so many words, and he doesn't need the portal. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how we're going to end that segment. Dabo Swinney says he doesn't need the portal. He is good. Moving right along, man. I just had to get that out, because that wasn't even that I was going to talk about today. But I've been, as I was getting ready to prepare for the show, it popped across my timeline. I was just like, really, Dabo, you really doubling down on this foolishness? But while we in the, and listen, man, the reason why we having this college vibe right now, because it's getting there, man. We are 100 days away from the season starting again. Now, we like to talk about week 0. Week 0 is what gets us started. It gets us going. But let's take a look. We ain't gonna take a look. I'm gonna reel out a couple of the good games from week 1 and just give my little quick thoughts on them. There's a couple. In week 1, you got Auburn taking on Alabama A&M. I'm interested in that. I may, because FSU plays on Monday. There's a possibility I might hit that game up. There's a strong possibility I might hit that one up. But then you get on down to the good. You got, hey, Clemson, You like that segue? You like the way I pivoted right into that? I know it. I know it. I'm getting better with this. I'm getting better at it. Clemson, you got Georgia in week 1. And guess what? Georgia don't take a lot of Porter guys either. But you know what Georgia does? I mean, they repeatedly had the number 1 recruiting class in the nation, or at least top 3 in the last 5, 6, 7 years, however many years you want to go. They've been there. So you got Georgia and Clemson, 11 o'clock kick. You can come back. I know the other 2 games I'm going to mention on that. Then we got Miami and Florida. If ever there was a game I wanted to watch 2 people lose, that would be it. But I got some interesting takes on that. Florida just landed Karani McClain. At one point, they were saying he was going to be a walk-on. They kind of announced it like they're probably going to give him a scholarship. So, Karani McClain, you back. Listen, make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out for you in Colorado. Hey, you had a 5-star by your name for a reason. Make the best of it. You know, this is one of those times where even though you are on my rival, a team I cannot stand, I want to see you do good. You know, things didn't work out for you out there in Colorado. Let's just see how things work out for you in Florida. So, like I said, you got Miami and Florida. Then you also got Notre Dame and Texas A&M. New era. We got Jimbo up out of there. Then here's the big one. This is the one I'm stoked about watching. I'm gonna watch the Georgia Clemson, but I kind of got a feeling how that's gonna go. LSU and USC. I mean, they both breaking in. First of all, forget that part. Forget that part. It's scratching. I was gonna say they're both breaking in 2 new quarterbacks. Who cares? Because who in this game is gonna show up and actually play defense? That's it. That's all. I am literally wanting to watch that game for the defense. We have watched both of these teams, especially last year, go up and down the field, up and down. And I get it. Both teams had Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. Caleb and Jaden. I get it. But we all know what both of their problems was. It was their damn defense. So of all the games in week 1, I'm gonna make a poll about that too at some point. But of all the games in week 1 that I'm looking forward to see, it's the standalone game like the LSU. You know some LSU. Hey man, I'm about to get Burn Travis on the line for this one. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to know how y'all keep getting all these standalone games on Labor Day weekend, man. This is the 3rd year in a row. Y'all faced us twice on Labor Day weekend with the standalone game. And y'all got another one this time. I just want to know what y'all got cooking down there in Baton Rouge. I'm literally excited to see this game because I want to see which team decides they're going to play defense. And ultimately, that is going to be who wins the game. It's really that simple. Of all the games this season that's going to be simple to watch, that one's going to be simple. Whoever decides in Vegas to show up and play defense, whichever one of them decide whether it's for a drive, couple of series, one drive, one play, whatever the case may be, whomever decides they're going to show up and play some defense at any point in said game, that's who's going to win it. Because we know both of them, what they're capable of doing on the offensive end. Now, I know somebody could say, well, Ben, both teams got different quarterbacks. We don't know how that's going to look. I got you. But we all know what both of their problems were last year. The defense. They couldn't stop a damn nosebleed. To use that phrase, they couldn't stop a damn nosebleed. Couldn't stop one. So week 1, we 100 days away. Week 1, that for me, that's the one I'm ready to see. I know folks like, what about Florida State? Hey, man, we facing Boston College. I ain't going to take them guys lightly because we already know who the quarterback is and what he's capable of doing. So ain't nothing to take lightly. But we'll be warmed up by then because we faced Georgia Tech in week 0. So we'll be all right. We'll be strong. They'll be back-to-back conference games. We'll be lathered up. It's not like we coming in there cold. So, let's continue to watch the NBA playoffs. Let's stop with the next MJ talk. And let's understand that we are 100 days away. We are literally 100 days away. 100 days away and counting, depending on when you see this episode or when you watch it or when you look at it. 100 days and counting away from the season starting back again. And when the season upcoming comes, man, we got some more. Listen, all I'm going to tell you is just buckle up. That's all I'm going to tell you. Last year, we was getting our feet wet. We was making sure we figured out. We was making sure that our voice was heard. Making sure you knew what we stood and how we was going to talk. But this season coming up, man, we're going to have some on locations. We're going to do our version of predictions. We're going to have it. It's going to be very interactive with the fans. I want somebody on the show. If I can't get somebody different with me every week, I definitely want a lot of opinions. And man, it's gonna be fun. I got a thing that I'm gonna do with the show. It's gonna be real interesting. Everybody's gonna be engaged, and we're gonna love it, man. I'm probably gonna go back to going live. Y'all know we did it a lot with my last show with DSL. Didn't really do it that much with this one, but for the prediction show, man, hey man, we're gonna cut up, man. We're gonna chill and we're gonna get to it, man. We also gonna do some predictions on the NFL as well. So sit back, buckle up, man. Hey, listen. I enjoyed my trip off. I got about 2 more trips. One in June, and then I got my birthday trip in August. And then listen, and we locked in. And we locked in, man. So keep watching with me, man. Keep fucking with me. Well, keep fooling with me. And you already know what time it is, man. Make sure you download the Post Network, powered by Roku, man. And like I'm gonna end each and every show the same exact way every time, man. Live, laugh, and love, man. Live your life to the fullest. Love on the people that love you back. And find you something to laugh at each and every day. And we out.